What if I told you the story of America's founding isn't what you think? We all know George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin, the heroes of the Revolution, the architects of a nation. But there were others, figures who shaped the country in secret, figures whose names you've probably never heard, yet their actions changed history. Why don't we hear about them? Some were erased, others overlooked, and some carried secrets that could rewrite what we know about the birth of the United States. Let's start with a man named Gouverneur Morris. He was one of the writers of the Constitution. Unlike Jefferson or Adams, he didn't seek fame. Morris had radical ideas about centralized power, strong leadership, ideas that many at the time feared. Some historians even suggest he shaped the presidency itself, but got almost no recognition for it. Then there's Mercy Otis Warren, a woman in a time when women couldn't vote, couldn't hold office, yet she wrote fiery political pamphlets that inspired rebellion against Britain. Some argue her words influenced the minds of the men who signed the Declaration of Independence. And yet, she remains largely forgotten. Have you heard of the Committee of Five? This was the group officially tasked with drafting the Declaration. John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, Robert Livingston. Sounds familiar, but here's the twist. Some documents suggest there were silent influencers, people who shaped the draft in ways we'll probably never fully know. Shadow advisors, wealthy backers, and secret correspondents, pulling strings behind closed doors. It wasn't just politics. Money played a huge role. A few wealthy merchants quietly funded the revolution. They weren't signing the Declaration. They weren't leading armies. Yet their financial support kept the fight alive when defeat seemed inevitable. Let's talk about spies. We all know Nathan Hale, but many more worked in the shadows. Messengers, code breakers, informants whose identities remain unknown. They risked everything, sometimes disappearing without a trace. Even the battles themselves were influenced by these hidden figures. Some generals followed advice from unseen strategists. Some victories weren't luck. They were carefully orchestrated by people who wanted America free, but didn't seek glory. Some of these overlooked founders clashed with the famous ones. Political rivalries, secret letters, and even threats of betrayal existed behind the scenes. Thomas Jefferson might have drafted the Declaration, but who really influenced his words? Which parts were compromise, and which parts were coded messages meant to hide real intentions? Mercy Otis Warren warned of this. She feared that the famous founders might ignore the will of the people, and in some ways, she was right. And there were scandals, financial corruption, secret deals with foreign powers, and private agendas that could have toppled the revolution before it began. Historians today are still uncovering letters and documents that reveal a hidden web of influence. Some founders vanished from history almost entirely. No portraits survive, no diaries, only fragments of letters hinting at their actions. Yet without them, America as we know it might never have existed. It's a story of ambition and secrecy, of courage and cunning, of men and women who acted in shadows, shaping the birth of a nation, while others took the credit. So next time you hear the familiar names of Washington, Jefferson, or Franklin, remember this: the story is bigger. The Revolution wasn't just fought on battlefields or in Congress halls. It was fought in letters, in secret meetings, and in quiet acts of rebellion by people history forgot. And this is just the beginning. Because in our next video, we'll uncover the hidden spies and secret societies that helped America win its independence. People who risked everything, whose identities were erased, yet whose actions changed the fate of a nation. You won't believe some of the secrets they left behind. Don't miss it. This is Dusk and Times, because history is never just history.